Hola, chamas y chamos. Welcome back to Alvaro Dev Labs. Today's episode is a really special one because 3 weeks ago, OpenAI launches the ChatGPT 4. So this AI tool that allows you to prompt any requirement and then the ChatGPT will give you an answer has revolutionized the whole tech industry and also the social networks. So everyone is really hype about it, and a lot of people is also in the debate if AI is going to take our jobs. I prefer to think that it's going to help us write regex, but that's my opinion. A lot of users has been testing the capabilities of this new version of ChatGPT, creating games like Snake. I did it with Tetris, so after a few iterations, it actually managed to create a Tetris game with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, but we can see that in another video. Today we're gonna try it to build a Vite plugin. So for those of you that don't know what Vite is, it's basically a build tool that is helping web development to go faster. It has an extremely fast hot mode replacement. And I have a lot of videos regarding Vite in my channel. So if you haven't checked it yet, I suggest you to check that videos first, then jump into this one because we are gonna take a really advanced topic, which is Vite plugins. So let's get to it. So let's get into it. Here I have in one side of the screen the ChatGPT open in the browser. I selected the ChatGPT 4, but I think we could do it with the ChatGPT 3.5. Okay, this one is supposedly to give us better output. And then here in the other side of the screen, I have a Vite application that I just created, and I added a plugin, okay, in a folder called plugins for the one that we're gonna create right now. I'm using Unplugin, which is a nice package that allows you to create several types of plugins for Webpack, for Vite, and in this case, I'm creating it for Vite, okay? Also, if you want to import it in your Vite config, you only need to add it here in plugins in your Vite config.ts. So a little disclaimer here. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm not entirely sure that ChatGPT is gonna give us the proper solution. So the idea of this video is to see how far ChatGPT can go with code and doing some iterations, seeing if we actually can have a Vite plugin that is functional. So let's try it. Let's start with the prompt. So one thing that is important whenever you're using any AI tool is that the better the prompt is or the explanation that you give to the AI tool, the more detailed it is, the better the solution that the tool will provide you. So in this case, I always like to start like saying hi and then please, just in case in the future he reminds me and it doesn't want to kill me. And then I give the prompt. So provide the code for a Vite plugin that checks the accessibility of view components. Okay, here I have a typo. So, hi, please provide the code for a Vite plugin that checks accessibility of view components and then prompt the errors on the console. And let's see what it gives us. So let's check if this one actually exists. So there is a tool, utilities for accessibility. Okay. So here is giving us create view AI analyzer, which is a render, a custom render. Could be.
3 weeks later.
Okay, let's try it out. So I'm going to install this one here and say ni and then -d. Okay. And then let's close this. No, sorry. Let's clear this, and then let's copy and paste little by little. So it's using enforce pre, okay, and then async transform. So this is a function transfer and gives the code, and the with this checks if it's a view component. So if the file ends with view, it continues here, and then it has a try catch, and it uses this function here, which is a promise view analyze view accessibility. Okay, so let's import this right here. Okay. Yeah, but here it starts to be funny because this package seems to don't have any exported member called view A11 analyzer. So I think it doesn't know how this one works under the hood. So this is pretty decent. It has the structure of Vite Plugin, but the tool to analyze it is not okay. So maybe we can do it in another way without using a library. I'm gonna remove this here and just gonna check if these parts work. So I'm gonna do console log, and then let's remove the sync because we don't need it for a console log, and just pass the code to see if it gets the view components at least. Okay, so we're gonna do nr build, and then we should say, okay, here it is. So here we have one of the components and the other one. So we have the hello world one and the app.view probably. Yeah, okay, cool. So that part is working. Let's ask again the ChatGPT for a better solution. Provide similar solution, but without the plugin view. This one here, I'm gonna copy and paste. Without the view library. Without this library, okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I'm gonna stop it right here because this is not gonna work for view 3. This is the one for view 2. So, and it's giving me so weird, like I don't know these libraries, and one is GSX, which is normally not used in Vue. So I'm gonna stop it there and say, no, that's wrong. Provide similar solution to the first one, but with Vue 3 compiler, because this is gonna allow us to take the view, like the Vue template, okay? And what we can ask it is to use another library, which is more vanilla. Let's ask it to use Accepro. And for the accessibility, please use Accepro. Okay. Well, Accepro, no, Accecore, I think it is. Yeah, well, it corrected me. Nice. Accepro is a browser extension. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna copy and paste these two right here into the console. So ni these two, and then install them. Okay, try catch. It's taking a while. Taking in consideration that whenever you're using ChatGPT is slower than the other one, but the results are better. Okay, this is way more interesting. So let's just try catch. And inside of the try, we're gonna copy and paste this here. And this is gonna be imported from view compiler SFC because we're using single file components. Okay. So let's see what this returns. So console log descriptor, and then just fake a build. So give us something, but the object I think is oh, but it does have a template here, and everything inside of the template is the HTML that we want to check. So that's pretty cool. Then we need the template content code compile. Because we need to compile it into HTML to check it. So we have exit and exec and configure. Okay, let's use this too. Well, I think I used the exit once, but I don't remember how to use it. So we're gonna take the description. Template content. That's why it does this, how do you call it, deconstruction here. Okay, that's fine. Let's use it here. And then let's try with this because I think this content, oh no, template content. Let's see what it prompts. So fake again. And this gives us a string with the HTML. So I think this is enough for the accessibility tool. So I'm gonna use this here and copy and paste it here. So access options, we can pass on options, but we don't. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, but we haven't passed any, so I'm gonna remove this and just configure it like it is at the beginning. I don't know. And then it's asynchronous, right? So we might want to use async here. And return, no, without a return. So this, let's see the actual results. Violations. And this HTML is gonna be the template content. So I don't know if I have to wrap it in HTML. Let's see. Okay, so something is already wrong. It's complaining about the import of access. So this is okay, can only be imported by turning on the flag and using as a default import. Because if I do this, what happens if I use this? Okay, so let's exactly ask ChatGPT what happened there. Because this is not the proper way of using accident. So the error is exec can only be import. It is giving me an error. So you can also pass it errors and see what ChatGPT explains you. But bear in mind that ChatGPT knowledge is around 2021. So anything that is too new is not going to be able, unless you give it a prompt first. My apologies for the oversight. So the AXE core library exports a common yes. So we need to enable ES smart flag to make it okay. So let's go to the tsconfig then. And we need to use this one right here. Okay, which is already there. Okay, let's try this part here. So let's go to the plugin itself and do like this. But they're already telling me that exit doesn't exist. So maybe what I can do is do this like import exe and then exe configure and then exe run, right? Should be that. Okay, now we built, but it didn't give us any violation. So I don't know if if it actually did it, right? If it actually run. Let's try to force an error in the accessibility of the component. So I added an image without alt or title, okay, to force an error. But I realized that if I run it, it's not logging anything. So that might be that it doesn't reach this point. So let's try to catch the error with the try catch, right? So here, let's run it again. And indeed, we have an issue. Required window or document globals not defined cannot be deduced from the context. So it seems like passing the descriptor itself is not enough. And I don't know if we're going to be able because it's asking for the window that's a browser API, right? So I'm going to try to do it the same way that it was doing it before. So here we are going to deconstruct from the template, compile template, okay? And this is coming from, yeah, but compile template, I don't know if it's in the new one. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, and we're gonna pass the source. It's not assignable to... Oof, I don't know if this is gonna work. Compile template code. Let's try again. Okay, it still gives us an error because window documents globals are not defined. Okay, so let's tell exactly that. Interesting, so it's telling me the Xcode library is designed to run in the browser environment. It expects the window and the document globals to be present. Okay. So it's telling me to install GSDOM. Let's try that. So GSDOM, okay. I normally use HappyDOM. I'm not familiar with GSDOM. So let's try out if it works. So this part is the same. Descriptor template. Compile template. Okay. Source well, kind of the same. When is using the... So creating a virtual DOM. Okay, this might work. So what I understand it does different is that before the access results, basically use GSDOM and how it imported it. No, this is the previous one. I went too far. This one, okay. So GSDOM, and we are passing the HTML. Yeah, but the HTML was this part right here, right? So we're passing that, and that should have a window and document body is the thing that we want to use, I think. So equal to DOM and document body. Okay. And we are passing, exactly, we're passing the template. Okay, so let's try again. Cannot read properties of undefined. Reading bodies, so it's not able to get this from it. Okay, so maybe it's because the function, the analysis ability, is not a complete HTML document. So now it's asking to use view server render. Okay, so this is getting more complicated. Because now it's asking me to have create render. So it's gonna create a server render. I wonder if there is no easier way. Let's try to use Xcore on Node. So this Xcore, yeah, but this is the one that we were using. Yeah, but it uses the browser. Okay, so now it has way more stuff. Is using, let's try it out. I don't see why not. So let's install this here. Okay, so it does exist. And let's just copy and paste these two in the beginning. But what a surprise, this module doesn't have a create render. Create SSR app. Okay. Nope. No, ChatGPT. I'm sorry, man. Oh, or maybe no. Wait. I advanced too much. So render to string. Okay, render to a string that exists, and this one SSR. I think I owe you a beer because you might actually be right. Oh, I see, this is way too complicated. Okay, I'm just gonna copy and paste this part because I'm getting tired. So let's add this here and maybe, yeah, this one right here. So until here, okay. So it analyzes it, exec configure. If it has any options, that's fine. You can put this to avoid problems. And then component new function, issues. So we're gonna prompt the issues, right? Let's see if this one works. Cannot use import statement outside of module. What is that? Is this one? For a new function. Okay, so it's changing the, okay, changing the way of using require. which I'm not necessarily excited for. I don't think we're gonna have our plugin today. But that's a good output because we actually checked if ChatGPT was able to give us a proper output, and it seems like it didn't. So in this case, I probably will need to know a lot of accessibility and the use of Execor, and also how to use Vite plugins and probably fake the render to make it work. Because right away, without having that knowledge, trying to use ChatGPT is not working. So, seems like today ChatGPT didn't pass the exam. We weren't able to create an accessibility plugin just by using the ChatGPT. So let me know in the comments if you actually know how to solve this. I'm probably going to try it out from my side outside of the video to see if I can make it work. But I'm not familiar with GSDOM yet, so I will investigate a little. But if you know already how to solve this, let me know in the comments. And let me know if you also want me to test the capacity of ChatGPT with other cool stuff. So today, ChatGPT 0, humanity 1. And that's pretty much for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please drop a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think about AI, what you think about ChatGPT, and if you will like me to create more content around it. See you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.